Icy Saracen, much love. Shukran for the super chat, Yar. Mufti, why does Jordan Peterson get a pass despite his anti-Muslim stance, while Richard Dawkins, Sam Harris, and Christopher Hitchens get blacklisted by Muslims? Right. I don't think, okay, I'm going to be a bit apologetic for Dr. Jordan Peterson. I don't think he's anti-Muslim. Right. I don't think so. I've heard more of his recent things where he's very celebratory, celebrating his Muslim fan base and his Muslim audience. And I've watched a clip of his where he laughs and he tells the people, he says, he says many Muslims think, he says many of my Muslim fans say that Jordan Peterson is actually a Muslim, he just doesn't know it. So I don't think he's anti-Muslim, but I think he said certain things in bad taste and that should not have been said by somebody as so intelligent as him, because he knows, he's a master of words. I mean, this man is just wow. If you want to understand expression incarnate, this is the man. He is so truly God has gifted him. And so for somebody like that to say words about the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, albeit in ignorance, but still it's not right, because he's so intelligent and knows better. That said, I think he's very rapidly, swiftly corrected himself and said that he doesn't. This is what I've seen of him. The other thing is, you have to understand, he is the Abul Walid al-Baji to the Ibn Hazm of our age. When Ibn Hazm just spread like wildfire and there was nobody to stop him, not a single soul would dare stand and debate him. Not that people weren't trying, but they were failing abysmally, until Abul Walid al-Baji returned from his travels to the east. And Abul Walid al-Baji, the legend Maliki Don, he went kind of head to head and toe to toe with the heavyweight Ibn Hazm, and Ibn Hazm himself had to concede that Ladka takkar gaya, I've met my match. He never conceded that he lost, but he said that truly I've met a worthy adversary, a worthy opponent. And Jordan Peterson is like that to celebrity atheism. The man has single-handedly, I feel, brought back faith into the public domain as something reputable and sophisticated. It's true. No, I can't see anybody that could have done that. And believe me, the trajectory was looking abysmal. It was looking so. I admire people like Christopher Hitchens. I admire Sam Harris. I admire Richard Dawkins. And I don't think people should hate on them, even though they in varying degrees have. They've all been very critical of Islam and religions as a whole, and some have even shown somewhat hate at times. But still, you don't have to be like that. You don't have to, just if somebody hates you, you don't have to hate them back. Yeah. Take the higher ground. They are truly geniuses. There's no doubting that people like Sam Harris, Richard Dawkins, and the Four Horsemen, Dan Dennett as well. These people are geniuses. Let's just be honest. There's no harm in, the problem is when we find somebody that's against us, we pretend the person is such a jahil, such an ignorant fool, and blah 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 blah. That's really reflecting our own insecurities. You should be secure enough to admire the talent that the opponent has, the skill set they bring to the table, because they have truly upped the game. I mean, these people, because you are only as good as your best opponent. Otherwise, who were people of faith going to go up against? and they were really giving it hard and heavy for the past decade and a half. Like these people, a decade at least, that it was the decade of atheism. They smashed to pieces, to smithereens, people of faith. I mean, it was becoming embarrassing for, you see, put Muslims aside, look at non-Muslims. They were embarrassed to admit that they had faith. Because Muslims live in a bubble, so it's different because we just live in closed communities. But if you look at the greater non-Muslim societies in the West, they weren't prepared to own their faith until the likes of Jordan Peterson emerged. And so, yeah, we have to be very grateful that, and Allah, the Lord works in mysterious ways. So, yeah.